More space western anime for TRIGUN Stampede fans. Vash is back. TRIGUN Stampede is streaming, bringing us more space western anime goodness. We're glad to see the humanoid typhoon back in action once a week. It got us back in the mood for gunsling, action-packed adventure, so we're diving into some other classic series and there were new episodes. Check out these titles, some more recent, so very vintage, to keep the energy high for week to week. Space Adventure Cobra. If your favorite thing about Trigun Stampede is blunt guy with a gun for an arm, we got great news for you. Space Adventure Cobra brings you excited that it's a classic adventure serial energy thrown in for good measure. But Vash's new adventure delves into his backstory. John Cobra's backstory is a bit more convoluted. But more than a decade before Total Recall, the original Cobra manga introduced us to an office worker who discovered his true identity during a movie. There's no question whether his fictional story is real or not, so with his adventurer's alter ego exposed, he teams up with his sidekick Lady Armorod for spacefaring adventures. Gun Sword. How could Trigun Stampede be even better? Add big robots. Many mecha fans maybe have discovered Gun Sword via Super Robot Wars, and it's appeared in multiple titles in the franchise, but now is a great time to discover it firsthand. Our star is Van, a swordsman on the mission. So Wendy's Garrett, the young woman who meets along the way, and it turns out their missions are shockingly intertwined. Their shared goal has even farther reaching implications as it happens. Oh, and there's a Dan of Thursday, Van's super cold armor, as for the other days of the week. Well, watch it to find out. Combat Mecha Sabongo. Speaking of giant robots, how about the little Tomino? Sabongo is celebrating its 4th anniversary as we speak, and if you can grab a Blu-ray of this vintage title, it's a great time to get into it. The series takes place in a future Earth, working under the 3-day rule that is, if you survive for 72 hours in a run, you'll be forgiven whatever crime you committed. Meanwhile, our protagonist Jiron has his eyes on Sabongo, a robot owned by the person who killed his parents. His goal: steal the robot and avenge their deaths. Sadly, the show is not available streaming, but there are home video copies out there. Need something more low-key? Try this Comedy anime.